Hey Karl, do you reckon you'll ever get as annoying as that James Blunt song?
I don't know, I'm working on it. For any Americans watching this video clicked it not knowing who James Blunt is, allow me to sum him up with a single sentence. He's the English version of Nickelback.
Look at this graph.
So why are we comparing James Blunt and Nickelback?
Well, like Nickelback, James Blunt has been commercially and critically successful nearly his entire career. However, nobody ever really admits to liking any of his music. Which is weird, that isn't it? He's selling millions of albums, yet every single person claims to hate him, just like Nickelback.
So can you think of anything that encapsulates how much people don't like James Blunt?
Well, I think the best example of that came from James Blunt himself. At the end of 2016, you know, people watching, the year that everybody cool died, never forget. James Blunt sent out a tweet that said, "Man, if you guys thought 2016 was going to be bad, I've got some bad news. In 2017, I'm releasing a new album." It went the kind of viral where local newspapers report on it. Like the fucking Metro reported on that tweet because it was so popular. Not only do people hate James Blunt, he's aware that people dislike him and he actively encourages that hatred online to sell more albums. It's like the stories you hear about like Elvis's manager bought a t-shirt company and printed t-shirts say "I hate Elvis." People who hate Elvis have still got money and I want it.
That is a genius strategy, really.
It's one of those cool things, like he knows people dislike him, so you might as well play into that fact, and I think that's awesome.
If we ever get merch, are we also going to get "I Hate Karl Smallwood"?
Yeah, we have, absolutely, definitely. It's going to be, like, if we ever get to the point where we get merch for this channel, Karl Small Dick is going to be up there. That's gonna be one of the t-shirts we sell.
We should like look through comments and find the most offensive, like Light on the Loafer's Fairy.
Oh man, there's some great ones, isn't there? My favourite one is when people try really, really, really hard to like make an insult about my name, and then it just comes across as like, you tried too hard, or it comes across as desperate. Like Karl Smallcock, that's like, you know, that's cool. That's a good one. So you know what? It's not imaginative, but you know what? You're making use of the words that are there. It's not quite like, you know, Countdown Conundrum levels of like, you know, like punning on my name, but you tried a little bit. Then you get like Karl Tinycock, and it's like, okay, so now you're changing two of the words, so you're getting a bit further away from it. And I think the best one I saw, it was like Cook Smallcock or something like that. It's like, that's not even close to my name. It's like, come on. For anyone curious, the public first started to sour on James Blunt around 2004, around the time of the release of his single, "You're Beautiful," which, in James Blunt's own words, was force-fed down people's throats.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Yeah, that song was so overplayed.
It was overplayed to the point where I believe a poll of British readers of like some magazine somewhere found that it was like, you know, more annoying to the British public than cold calling and queue jumping. And for people who don't know, you're probably thinking like queue jumping is like, it's a stereotype about British people that we love to fucking queue, but queue jumping is like considered one of the rudest possible things you can do. And in like polls of British people, it often edges out littering as the most obnoxious behaviour a person can engage in. It's just an idea of how much people hate queue jumping. People hated this song more than that. People would rather see someone litter while queue jumping and then cold calling their own mother on their mobile phone than listen to that goddamn song one more time.
Yeah, I'm most known for a song that got played a hell of a lot on the radio, till maybe it was frustrating to hear anymore.
The only thing high on the list is people who put the fucking milk in first.
No, man, that's not too bad, but it's really annoying because then you just get all the fucking scum on the top.
It's people it's people when they're making tea for you. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, they put the
No,
milk
it's people.
in
No,
first.
it's people who put the sugar in after the milk, so no, the sugar doesn't fully dissolve. Fucking hate that.
Sugar and tea bag in the bottom, hot water, then wait, then put the milk in.
Yeah, but it's people who put the sugar in after the milk that piss me off.
Yeah.
American people just tune me out in droves. This isn't really animate. I fucking hate that. The one that really annoys me is people who dip the tea bag in for a split second and pull it straight back out, like they're lowering themselves into a hot bath, ball sack first. It's like, oh, it's like, no man, just leave it in. That's why you gotta get the flavour. What are you doing? Of the tea, not the ball sack.
So with all this backlash, did he have anything to say about this?
Yes, James Blunt did, and he apparently didn't care all that much. And true to his surname, was quoted as saying, "I don't have to listen to the song, I just have to play it, and it continues to get me laid." Can't really argue with that, can you?
I mean, he's got his priorities there, hasn't he?
That was a great quote from, I think it's like Electric Six. I think they were doing like the Kerrang Top 40 or some shit like that when Kerrang was a thing. So, okay, so the song we're going to pick for number 40 is Gay Bar. And we know it's our song and it's just a drop in the bucket, but it's our bucket. and just played their song.
I wanna take you to a gay bar.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of stories of artists not wanting to play their biggest hits.
Yeah, my favourite example of that has got to be Rick Astley. And I remember there's an interview with him a couple of years ago where an interviewer just asked him straight up, like, so Rick, by now you must be sick of playing the song that people come to your concert. And he goes, a little bit, yeah, but at the same time, like, I've got so many thousands of like new fans purely because of that song, and so many people are buying like 20, 30 quid tickets to my shows to hear it, so I don't mind. It's only 3 minutes. And it's like, that's a really nice attitude to have towards this song. Like, he doesn't like singing it anymore, but he understands that there's a lot of people in the audience who want to hear that one song, so who is he to say, oh no, I'm not going to play it for you guys.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Then you compare that to someone like, is it Tom York of Radiohead, where he actually stopped playing the song Creep at Radiohead shows because he got really sick and really salty about the fact people were coming to Radiohead shows, hearing them play Creep, and then immediately leaving. So he just stopped playing it, he moved it from rotation from their concerts. And at the same time as he did that, he refers to one of his houses as the house that Creep built. It's like, you can't have it both ways, Tom York, man. Either play the song or don't. It's like, come on, man.
Play at the end in that case.
Yeah, like if you want people to sit through your show, if people are leaving after they hear it, play it as the encore. Yeah. But like the idea of I can see it must be really annoying to have this one thing from your past brought up constantly, again and again and again and again. But at the same time, people are paying like £100 to see you in concert. Just play the goddamn song, man. It doesn't mean anything to you. You might hate it, but it's what getting bums on seats, isn't it?
But I'm a creep.
Blunt being, well, so blunt with people has become a recurring theme in the artist's life in recent years, with it seemingly being his hobby to do nothing but push people shitting on Twitter.
Do you have an example of this?
Well, my favourite has to be a couple of years ago on Twitter. Some guy sarcastically tweeted out, "Whatever happened to James Blunt?" And James Blunt himself tweeted back, just a single image of him surrounded by 4 supermodels, which I believe answered that guy's question of what he was up to at that exact moment. Surrounded by enough women to keep Goro from Mortal Kombat satisfied. This wasn't a one-time thing, and James Blunt is now mostly known, at least online, for his godlike Twitter game and the fact that he seemingly gives no fucks when responding to fans and critics on Twitter.
Can we all take a moment to remember just how terrible James Blunt was? No need. I have a new album coming soon.
This is actually relevant to the topic we're talking about today because James Blunt is self-admittedly not a very serious guy, and he actively dislikes the song You're Beautiful for painting him as a sad sack of shit.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Why does he look like a sad sack of shit in his video when that's not the image he wanted to go for?
Apparently it was his record company. Like, they sat him down and went, okay, James, this is the look we want to go for with your music. And he's like, oh, come on. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the sad guy with the guitar. And I'm like, no, James, that's just the direction we want to go in with your album. He was reportedly very, very annoyed that they marketed his first, big hit album towards women because it potentially alienated male fans. Although I'm going to guess by, the image we shared about 40 seconds ago, that he quickly realised that wasn't that big a deal. This culminated in James Blunt admitting a few years ago that the song was kind of annoying and not representative of him as an artist. However, in the same breath, he also admitted that the song made him millions of dollars and that he didn't really care if people hated it. If this annoys you in some way, feel free to go yell at James Blunt about it on Twitter, because I'm sure that'll go very well for you like it has done for every other person who's tried that in the past 10 years.
So in the spirit of Twitter shutdowns,
Yeah.
what is your personal favourite example of a shutdown you've seen online?
It has to be a couple of years ago. This girl I kind of know and had on Facebook posted, "I fucking hate rumours." Just like, one of those vague statuses, like, that's supposed to elicit questions like, oh, what's up, babe? What's up, dear? And within about 10, 20 seconds of her posting that, a friend of mine commented underneath, "That's not what I've heard." Which I also say is fucking brilliant, by the way. And his comment ended up getting so many likes that she deleted her status. And to this day, that friend who made that comment is still pissed off about that because he contends it's the funniest thing he ever wrote on Facebook.
Do you have an example of a put down of your own that you're particularly proud of?
Oh God, I've spent way too much of my time arguing with people online to have any specific examples immediately spring to mind, unfortunately.
What about something recent then? What was that argument you had with some guy on Twitter?
Oh God, that dipshit. Oh, should we bring that up? Should we?
I mean,
We have to look it. I have to look it up on my phone. Can you put like a cut in here right now?
an
Like,
inconspicuous.
an
cut.
inconspicuous cut that's super conspicuous. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, so we've done some digging through my Twitter, which I don't recommend anyone ever does, because God, that place is a wasteland of stupidity. But yeah, I think it says here 12th of June, so what, like 2-3 weeks ago, I just put out a tweet, as I sometimes do. You can follow me on Twitter at Karl@Smallwood.com. And I just put out a thing that I did a while ago. It's my stock response to the phrase, people are too easily offended these days, is to just ask the person speaking to turn their head because their breath smells. Feel free to use that one. Just a funny joke I used to make when I was did stand-up and stuff like that. Because I like the idea of people going like, oh, people are way too offended these days. And I just go, do you mind turning your head, your breath smells a little bit? And then just seeing in their head if they can work out whether or not this situation is ironic, like Alanis Morissette. And they're going, with the lyrics to a song. Hang on. And then I'm gone by that point. So feel free to use that one, people at home. And in response to that, I just got a single word tweet from a dude just saying, faggot. And obviously I don't respond to a lot of those messages, but I was sat on the train at the time and you know what? Nah, not today, fuck this guy. So I tweeted, I just quoted that tweet and just put, if you feel like you've not accomplished all that much today, just consider that this dipshit woke up today and decided to use his rapidly dwindling time on this earth, sending a homophobic slur to a guy on the internet. And I thought, that's a pretty, brutal put down. Then I thought, no, fuck this guy's really annoyed me today, and I'm stuck on this train. It's funny, because long after this guy is dead, his Twitter profile will still probably be active, and future generations will be able to see that his sole, lasting contribution to culture was being a dickhead. And you know what? There's no insult I can make more scathing than that. And I thought, hopefully, maybe this guy will see this and think. So I immediately blocked him, because fuck that guy. I didn't realise, I think, like the entire time I was on the train, while I was coming home, while I was at the gym and then cooking my tea, there was a huge raging argument between that guy and every other person who commented on it. And I didn't realise I blocked him. I'm like, no, fuck this, I've done my bit. And afterwards, someone sent me a screenshot of one of his tweets that he did to me that I didn't see. That reads, I believe it's at the end of a huge argument he'd had with someone. He says, are you mentally challenged? I'm assuming it's out to me or whoever he was arguing with. You sound retarded. Maybe you should get your care worker to limit your time on the internet. And believe it or not, I actually enjoy being a cunt on the internet. It gives me genuine pleasure. Cook Smallcock blocking me is just proof that I won. And I fucking lost it at that. I was there going, woo-hoo-hoo, Nelly. Bear in mind, this guy got annoyed at me for him calling me a faggot, for him using some random homophobic slur on the internet. I'm like, no, fuck this guy. You can just deal with this shit. You're being an asshole. You got to hold that L. And I was laughing my ass off. And eventually, I just I dissected what this guy had said, and I retweeted it again with what I interpreted his meaning to be. The violent bout of diarrhea I had in this pool made everybody else get out. Therefore, I am the fastest swimmer. It's like that scene from fucking Kung Pao, isn't it? Can you beat my foot to face style? Where he just headbutts the guy's foot over and over again. Can you beat my nuts to fist style? I am bleeding, making me the winner. It's like, I just want to know how a person like that goes through life. It's like, their determination of whether or not they win an argument. It's like, what argument is there when the argument is, you called me a faggot out of the blue and I said fuck off? That's not an argument. That's just someone saying, please leave my personal space, sir. I no longer wish to interact with you on a base human level because you can't even handle that. I am so obnoxiously unlikable, people don't want to be in the same room as me, therefore I have won the argument we were having. It's like, imagine if me and you were having an argument about it, I just vomited on your shoes, and you left the room in disgust, like, another win for Karl Smallcock. It's like, I want to meet that guy and put my hands on his shoulders and just say, you are amazing. You are amazing to me. keep doing what you're doing. Because the world that he lives in, he is never wrong. He has like the superpower of being right in everything he does. And yet he doesn't use it to solve world hunger or cure cancer. He uses it to shut down assholes like me on the internet. I'm just now in my head trying to think of ways to translate this mode of thinking to other aspects of your life. It's like just shitting your bed in the middle of a threesome and everyone climbs out and goes, yes, I'm the best at sex. Everyone has to do with me. Or like being online, you've got like shit connection in Halo and you're cheating up the wazoo. Oh, everyone keeps quitting the game because I make it literally unplayable. I'm the winner. I am big penis winner. Everyone bow down to me.